I think as a starting point, thinking about the legal profession, it is inherently a stressful, responsible, difficult, fast-paced job. And that is part of the reason people who do the job are attracted to it. The stress, the excitement, the buzz, that is part of what we like about the job. But I think that those are also things that can have a significant impact on your mental health if you're not looking after yourself, or if things go wrong, or if the people around you aren't helping you to look after yourself.
In order to work the most effectively you can in practice, you need to understand what you need in your life to be healthy, both physically and mentally. And if you can understand your own personal triggers, you can work more efficiently, you can get on better with your colleagues, and you can, generally be happier at work.
We are human, too, on the legal professional side. And we are often in a position where we are told problems all the time, because it's our job to resolve problems. So you're always in a position where everyone, every day, comes to you and tells you, this is my problem, cries, argues in front of their partner in the office. As a human, you are infected by it, and you would have to absorb that negative energy and sort of convert it into a positive energy and seek solutions to their problems.
Having an understanding of well-being in your working life is very important, because we spend so much time in work. I do not live to work, but despite that, I spend an awful lot of time working. I spend an awful lot of time in terms of actually sitting at a desk working, and I also, both in healthy and sometimes unhealthy ways, think about work when I'm not there. So thinking about well-being in work is thinking about well-being in your life, really, because if you have got well-being difficulties in work, you're certainly going to have them at home, because when suffering stress or anxiety in work and not using correct coping mechanisms, or not dealing with stress properly, certainly I can only speak for myself, but that comes home with me. That bleeds into my personal life and affects the recharge, I suppose, affects my ability to recharge my batteries, as it were, to enjoy myself, to refresh myself in my holidays, to allow me to go back to work to be productive.
Barristers, doctors, solicitors, accountants, we're all professionals and inevitably high-performing individuals at whatever level you're working at. And to be able to perform at that level, it's really important to stay well or be well, and that's what well-being is all about. And you need to understand that in order to carry on your job and do well. And if you're not aware of well-being and the consequences that may have on your everyday life, then you risk being affected by the stresses and strains of a professional job. And you have to be resilient, and resilient means being able to cope with those stresses and strains. So it's really important to be alive to the issues about well-being, to look after yourself, and also to look out for others. And that is really, really important.
Delivering legal services is a very stressful vocation, and it's important that we as professionals, whilst meeting our obligations, also take care of ourselves and make sure that we exercise, we rest well, and we also have a nutritional balanced diet to keep us fit and healthy to be able to meet the extremes of the profession.
We spend a lot of time at work, sometimes a lot more than we do with our families and friends, recognising that during the day we're at work, and at night when we're tired, etc., we're going home, we're having dinner, we deal with the things we've got to deal with and back to bed, and then repeat it all over again. So we spend the majority of a valuable day within work, so it's important that we're able to have the right environment, so that in essence we are not dreading going into work.